guys, Monday. Just doing a 1 hour recovery spin on the turbo today. I mentioned yesterday that my knee was feeling a little bit sore during my session, so during partway through my sprints wasn't painful, but I could feel like a bit of tenderness and like sharpness in the knee. Managed to use the massage gun to like loosen up the quad, and then it felt fine for the rest of the session, including the high torque intervals. But this morning I'm like, okay, my knee's still feeling a little bit sore. Really good YouTube channel called Squat University. I watched a couple of his videos. There's definitely some limited range of motion in my left hip, which is a common thing with knee pain. So I was doing the exercises that he recommends to, first of all, loosen up that hip to increase the mobility of it, and then do some single leg strengthening exercises to try and retrain the glute, because it's to do with the hip and mainly how the glute's firing. So yeah, I was doing those exercises this morning, and I'll keep doing them for however long it takes. I think for the past couple of weeks I've occasionally felt my knee was getting a little bit tender, but then like I say, I'd just be at the gym, I'd be doing squats, and I'd go do some like leg extensions to warm up my quads a bit more, and it was normally fine. It was always fine. So I feel like I've picked up on it quite early, rather than it being a recurring issue that I've been dealing with. So if I get on top of this rehab stuff now, I don't see it being much of an issue. And like I say, I did that session yesterday, and after as long as I was being sensible, like there was no pain there really. But I'm a lot more aware of it now. Yeah, we'll see how that goes over the next few weeks, and if I start doing the rehab and if I can tell it getting better. Movement is medicine, you know. Like spinning out on the bike is absolutely fine. Like I'm aware of it, and I was training training it this morning, so obviously you can still feel it, but just spinning out the legs is totally fine. So yeah, just getting on with an hour today. See how we do for a session tomorrow. You're okay. I think it's acceptable that I'll be on the turbo tomorrow. Definitely not riding tomorrow. He's so pretty though. So much less dark as well, because like all the light from like street lamps and stuff is reflected off the snow. We like a bit of snow. We don't mind the turbo. It's Tuesday on the turbo for a high torque sprint anaerobic session. It's blooming cold, as to be expected. Whew, chilly. Warming up now. Already taken my caffeine. Couldn't get my sensors paired, but managed to get my whoosh working now. So it's connected to my Asioma. Now I'm controlling my kicker from my head unit. Warm up, 5 max sprints, then it's 7 10-second sprints. Knees feeling absolutely fine. I've done my hip mobilization this morning, but haven't did a couple of single leg squats, a quarter squat, single leg sort of thing, but not a huge amount of that, because it does fatigue the knee and the teardrop muscle. So yeah, I didn't want to do too much, and then did some massage gun in before starting, and yeah, knee feels fine. So crack on with the session and see how it goes, and then same at the gym this evening. I'm optimistic and getting on top of the rehab before it becomes a big issue. And like I said, like on Sunday it wasn't painful, so I'm noticing it early before it becomes an issue that I'm dealing with for a long time, and then there's more work to be done to sort it out really. See how the longer sprints go. Also going to try a 2-minute max effort today, and then try and continue to progress the high torque work. So try and do 5 by 5 minutes at 80 Newton meters, and then if I can achieve that, then if I'm feeling good for the next session, then I'll push it up to like 87 Newton meters. So reduce the cadence, increase the power, but then back to lower volume. It's a evolving rep range kind of idea. So yeah, warm up now. Need it today. Oh, it's pounding. Whew. Did my 5 max sprints, seat sprints, and then a 2-minute max effort. Oh my god, it's so cold. It's like tickling my nose. I just want to sneeze. 2-minute max effort. I did 595 watts at Zwift Academy. the 2-minute effort at the end of after that 10-minute max effort. So yeah, I was aiming for above 600, and on the kicker I was looking at my head unit, and that had the data from the kicker, and yeah, I was staying afloat above 600 for all of it. It was fucking hard though. But yeah, good. Nice 2-minute PB, because yeah, struggling on the 2-minute effort, but yeah, that was a good one. Lower on the Asioma. Asioma is higher for the sprints and then lower for everything else, especially these mid-range efforts, the 400 to 700, 800 watt range. It's like always like 50 watts lower, but it's whatever, I know it. Yeah, I need to sit down, spin out the legs for a couple of minutes after the effort, but then just need to sit down after an anaerobic effort like that. It's like, fucking hell. Whew. Now I'll crack on with my sprints. Good job. Fucking cold. 7 by 10 second sprints done. Those are hard. It's hard to stay afloat above 1,000 watts for 10 seconds. I thought that would have been a fiddle, but no, that was really difficult. Like the last 2 seconds of the sprint, dropping below 1,000. I think there was one where I stayed above 1,000 for 10 seconds, but yeah, they're hard work, especially after that anaerobic 2-minute effort. Whew. So yeah, spin out the legs a little bit and then crack on with a high torque. Absolutely no knee pain during those sprints or the 2-minute effort, which is really good, really promising. Like I say, I feel like I've caught it early, and I can keep on top of it, but I still need to do the rehab, because the fact that I got the pain on Sunday and yesterday, it's like clear that there's an inefficiency in the movement pattern. So if I can do the rehab exercises and fix that, it's going to be good for my squat and good for my riding. So don't just neglect it, even though the pain's gone away. Well, it's not gone away, but like, continue doing your rehab even after you've solved an issue, you know. I still do rehab for my psoas. Like I used to have this hip impingement injury, and I still do those exercises before every gym session. Try and keep that at bay, because I know it's something I'm probably susceptible to. And also I think it's good for on the bike work, being able to hold like a really aggressive bunched up position like you do on the time trial bike. Crack on with the high torque work now then. Woo! Tired. Interesting one, that set of high torque. So I've been aiming for set the erg to 400 watts, and I'm aiming for 48 RPM. And previous 2 sessions last week, it was like 48 to 50. So like 48, 49, 50 RPM. But started the first effort and I just naturally went to a bit of a lower cadence, like 45 to 48 rather than 48 to 50. And then I found that like 4-minute effort was about where I was at. I didn't have 5 minutes in my legs today, so ended up being 5 by 4 minutes rather than 5 by 5. But because of the lower cadence, the actual torque that I was producing was higher than Sunday's session. So Sunday's session I averaged like 78 Newton meters. This session was higher than 80, like 82 sort of thing. On my 4th set, so it's 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. That 4th set, I was like slipping to lower cadence and really struggling. So I ended up doing 3 minutes. But then my 5th set, I was able to do 4 minutes again. So it was like 19 minutes of work rather than 20 minutes. But yeah, that's pretty good going. Still progress on Sunday's session and only 2 days after it, which is pretty impressive. The way I've structured the training, it's 3 days between high torque sessions, but because I rearranged the training last week because of the extra gym work that I wanted to do on the Friday, it meant that these 2 high torque sessions from Sunday and today Tuesday are really quite close together. I'm still happy with that session, and it's still good progress. And yeah, got it done. And it's hard work after doing a big anaerobic effort with a 2-minute max effort, so can't complain with that. Spin out the legs now, get them moving again. Do another hour and 20 minutes or so to top up to around 4 hours. Then we'll be heading to the gym. Time to hop off. Not quite dark yet. It is in here though. prefer not chili peppers as well. It's Wednesday. Still cold and most likely icy out, so not risking it. Just riding on the turbo again today. Just 3 hours zone 2 on the TT bike, so spend a little bit of time in TT position, get used to it again. Probably play around with some changes as well. Not today, but over the next few weeks I reckon. Need to change the headset bearings on the TCR. They're on the way. They'll arrive sometime this week, maybe next week. 3 hours today on Zwift to start off with, and then just ride on using my free trial from the month to farm a little bit away to the Tron bike. Once more up out with the Zwift, and now I'll have the Tron bike, so that's cool. So hour 40 in, and then I'll do another hour and 20. Getting there. I'll get it next month for the other 25km free trial. Alright, that's 3 hours total on the turbo done. Hop off now, have my dinner. Cold and icy outside, 4 jam sandwiches down, bit over 3,000 calories. Almost 4 hours zone 2 on the bike today. Nothing fancy, just getting it done, you know. Just ticking away. Got like less than 10 minutes left, and then heading to the gym this evening for a decently hard session. So yeah, see how we get on with that. Lots of podcasts and YouTube listening to today, I'll tell you that. Also spending a decent amount of time in the TT position, so getting used to that again like I was doing yesterday. There we go, 4 hours. Hey guys, just on the turbo for a 1 hour recovery ride today. Yeah, 3 big days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 11 hours of riding plus like 2 hard gym sessions. One of those rides being a sprint and high torque session. So yeah, definitely feeling it in the legs yesterday with my 4 hours zone 2. And my gym session was, squats were decent, but again, deadlifts I knew they weren't feeling good even from the warm-ups, but still managed to pull 175 for a single. Have a think about how I might want to deadlift over the during December. Now I have plateaued at that muscle memory type of strength. If I want to get better, I need to do more volume at it. So yeah, have a think about that though. Just spinning out the legs today though. Hey guys, it's Saturday on the turbo for a session today. About hour and a bit later than expected. It's like 1:30 now. I was going to get on before 12, but came in here to set up and saw the roof was leaking. As yeah, we had snow on Monday, but it was kind of a light layer of snow. Just been cold enough that the snow stuck around all week. But we had some heavy rain like last night, early this morning. It's only just calmed down now. I mean, probably might get bad again. Still pretty bad. So yeah, that snow had got completely filled with water and the roof started leaking, so I had to get up on the roof and start sweeping and hammering away at the ice to break it up and then get it off the roof. Seems to have stabilised now, but yeah, it leaked a lot and lots of things got wet, but it happens a couple of times a year, so yeah, to be expected. Maybe get on the roof and sweep off the water again after I finish. So I was like 40 minutes of cardio up on the roof doing that, to be honest, so rather than the 4 hours planned today, mainly because of the timing. Just going to do 3 hours, but got a session today, 5 max seated sprints, then 7 10-second sprints, and then high torque work. I'm going to try and bump up the volumes, try and do 5 by 5 minutes. Last week I did last session I did 5 by 4 minutes, and that's going to be 400 watts, 48 RPM. Last session was like 46 RPM, but so we can be lower and higher Newton meters. That's brilliant, but 48 would also be good. Crack on with it. Managed to fix change out and fix the TCR's headset bearings that were absolutely knackered. So headset's not moving around. Well, it's moving around as it should be, not giving any excess play. But yeah, thankfully the computer didn't get wet. It's like you see the streaks as where the water comes through. So yeah, some stuff up there. Smoke alarm got a bit wet. But yeah, generally all good. Just leave the fan on all day. Yeah, still cold, obviously. It's grim out. That's all slush that I got off the roof. It was pretty ugly. Crack on with this warm up and then get my session done. Got my 5 max sprints and 7 max 10-second sprints, all seated as normal, because I'm on the turbo. Make it consistent. Yeah, they were rough. They did not feel great. Yeah, legs just felt a bit flat. Could even just be that clearing the snow off the roof in the morning. You know, an extra hour of cardio where I wasn't fueling it. I'm just a bit more depleted than I'm used to being at the start of the session, because I do my sprints straight away. Got them done there. They weren't horrible, but they weren't great. So yeah, spin out the legs a little bit and then have a crack at the high torque work and see if that's any better. Bloody hell, that was hard work. So fatiguing. Like, I'd get 1 minute into that 5-minute effort and I'm like, because you're basically just fighting the spiral of doom the way I do it in erg mode at a low cadence. Like, it's just 5 minutes fighting the spiral of doom. It's awful. But yeah, get 1 minute in and you suffer and you're like, no way I can make it through this. But you just keep pushing and you manage it. So yeah, 5 by 5 minutes. Cadence was higher than my session on Tuesday. Session on Tuesday I averaged like 47 RPM across the efforts, and this was started down similar sort of to that, but then cadence was getting higher across the reps, and that last one was probably 400 watts, 50 RPM, which is like 77 Newton meters rather than the 80, and I averaged at 82 Newton meters on Tuesday. So, but yeah, main thing is I got the efforts done, all 5 by 5 minutes. So yeah, happy with that. Can't complain. Like, I'd rather just increase the cadence, working at slightly lower torque, and get my 5 minutes done, rather than having to cut it short at 3 or 4 minutes. So yeah, bloody hell, that was hard work. Let's blame the snow clearing at the start of the day for that session being hard. Bloody hell. There we go, that'll do me. 3 hours 20 minutes on the bike, plus the 40 minutes clearing snow, so technically 4 hours of exercise, but yeah, it's getting dark now, so I need to hop off and have something to eat. Pitch black. Lovely glare. Don't know what's wrong with my camera. There we go, that's better. Hey guys, it's Sunday. 3 hours zone 2 on the turbo today. That'll bring me up to just under 20 hours for the week. 19.5 hours, so yeah, it's been a solid week of training. 2 hard gym sessions, 2 hard high torque sprint sessions, and yeah, some good volume. Feeling fit. Yeah, last ride of the week. It's pretty grim out still. Warmed up loads over past night. Warmed up loads over yesterday. Went from like negative temperatures overnight to like 15 degrees in the evening, which is bonkers. So yes, warm all of this week. Next week coming up. It's very strange, but take it, better than better than falling down on the ice. Yeah, very humid today and still pissing it down, so just on the turbo. Happy to spin away. Been watching Gladiator. Training Peaks virtual running in the background. Not sure if I want to watch the new Gladiator film. Not sure how I feel about it. The original's bloody fantastic. And there's just no need for a sequel. But it's really good. I don't know if it's meant to be that good or what. Yeah, might be worth a watch. Whew. That's half an hour now. Have another jam sandwich. That's 3 hours. Also stuck the old dog on the trainer and filmed my position, what my position looks like in that, because it's a much smaller bike. The bike I'm looking at getting is probably sized down from this. I think this current TCR is a large. Looking at probably getting a medium large instead. But yeah, position looks alright on both of them, to be fair. So yeah, happy to go down a size. So yeah, good week, happy with that.